This is Dr. Lou Cella, Doctor of Sport and Performance Psychology. Driving through Missouri here, just had a meal consisting of Culver's, and now I'm finishing up on my Dutch Brothers refresher, and so headed home from the camp in Colorado. Hopefully get home by tomorrow. We're going to talk about mastering the midline triple option quarterback read. Mastering the midline triple quarterback read. Alright, so here's what I've learned in 4 decades of doing this. The less I tell kids, the better they do. And really over and over and over, the less information I give them, the better they do. When it comes to reading, you don't want them thinking very much. You got to hit the right priorities and shut up and let them do it over and over and over until they can think with their feet and until they can't get it wrong. So, in mastering the mid-triple option read, the first thing you do is you combine 3 tasks into one. Snap, back, point. Quarterback's going to take the snap, he's going to jump back and point the ball. So what does that all mean? When he takes the snap, the biggest issue I see with high school quarterbacks is they don't get deep under the center. You want them to put their knuckles on the gut of the center and then interlock the wrist with about 4 to 6 inches of separation. So they're going to receive the snap and then they're going to jump back on mid-triple. They're going to get into the backside A-gap and they're going to stick out the football with their elbows extended over the center. Snap, jump, point. Snap, back, point. So, snap, back, point indicates take the snap, jump back, point the ball. So that's what all that means. So I just say snap, back, point. Because they get that visual picture in their head of what it's supposed to look like. Snap, back, point. And then it's the B-back's ball. Unless number 1 takes the B-back. So who's number 1? Number 1 is from a 2-tech out. You can try to read it too high, but it's from a 2-tech out. So, snap, back, point. It's the B-back's ball. All the B-back does is run through the ball. He'll never reach for it. If it hits his belly button, it's his ball. Quarterback's got to know where he's going with the ball by the time it hits the B-back's belly button. B-back should be into the ball when the quarterback points the ball. Snap, back, point. It's the B's ball. Unless number 1 can tackle the bait. Now, this is where it does help a little bit to show what a tackle is supposed to look like. What a tackle is supposed to look like is real simple. When number 1 takes the B-back, number 1 will be on his side of the line of scrimmage. If he comes on your side of the line of scrimmage, he's not tackling the B-back. Your splits are too wide, and at that point, he's a quarterback player. Because if he really wants to tackle the B-back, he's going to get his head across the ball. Ivan Jasper, who's the current quarterback coach at Navy, who taught me more about this offense than anybody on earth, told me, he goes, Lou, can number 1 make the tackle or not? I said, okay. He goes, you know what that means? I go, explain to me, Ivan. What does it mean? He goes, if a guy's going to make a tackle, he's going to get his hat across the B-back. That's what a tackle is. As soon as he goes up the field, he's a quarterback player. So, with your splits, pretty much he's got to be on his side of the line of scrimmage to make a tackle. So, snap, jump, point, that's one thing. It's the B's ball. If 1 takes the B, the Q is going to reseat the ball, which means he brings it back 6 inches from his chest. He's going to sprint off tackle, turn up and score. So he'll reseed, sprint off tackle, turn up and score. Reseed, sprint off tackle, turn up and score. That's another thing. Takes snap, jump, point. It's the B's ball. 1 takes the B, Q reseeds, runs off tackle, runs to the end zone. Unless number 2 can tackle the Q. How does the quarterback know that number 2 can tackle him? Can he get his helmet across him? He knows at that point he hits the brakes and flicks the ball across his back. So, Snapback point, it's the B's ball. If one can tackle the B, quarterback recedes, runs off tackle, runs to the end zone. Unless number 2 can tackle. The millisecond the quarterback realizes that, he stops his feet, flicks across his pec. Stops his feet, flicks ball across pec. Snap jump point, or snap back point, B's ball. One can tackle the B, quarterback will reseed, run off tackle, run the end zone. Unless number 2 can tackle the Q. If so, quarterback hits the brakes, flicks ball across pec. Now, guys can really overcoach this stuff. The more you overcoach it, the more things you give your kid to think about, the worse you're going to be. You got to let stuff happen. You got to allow kids to figure things out. You got to accept the fact that the first time you do it, it could very well look like a third trimester abortion. But what's going to end up happening is the more and more you do it, the more the quarterback's going to self-automate. And here's the other thing. No two human beings are the same. They're not going to pitch the same. They're not going to move the same. God made us all to be individuals. However, you give them the alignment and direction they need, but there's going to be some variances. They're not all going to be communists and all look the same. It's not China, Venezuela, or Cuba. Snapback point, B's ball, one takes B, quarterback recedes, runs off tackle, runs the end zone. 2 can tackle Q, millisecond he realizes it, stops feet, flicks ball across pec. Go with that. Don't try to coach more. And listen, when they make mistakes, let them make mistakes. It's okay. Now, you want your quarterbacks to get real good real fast. Call me right now. 570-332-0265. 570-332-0265. And go to tripleoptionfootball.com/testimonials. You can see all the success stories that have come from the camps and the academy. Academy's $9.97. You get it for 2 years. If you're ready to switch your offense right now, I'll have you learning the offense in a day. So you call me today. It's a Sunday. You call me today. By tomorrow, you'll be installing the offense with your players with conviction. If you're ready, pick up the phone and call me now. I'll see you in the next video. We'll talk soon.